my scars and nips have changed, and I want to talk about it. Whether you are cis or trans, I think this video will be interesting regardless. Understanding the lengths that folks who are different than you have to go through in order to be comfortable in their bodies can certainly deepen your understanding of them, as well as enrich your empathy for humanity in general. Also, I just think this stuff is fun to learn about. In total, today we'll review 6 items that are all options for post-op treatment and scar care. These are Scar Guard, Scar Creams, Scar Massage, Silicone Strips, Bio Oil, as well as other oils, microsurgeries and revisions, laser treatments, and chest/nipple medical tattooing, and 3D tattooing, and regular tattooing. All the tattooing!
I like your eyes, I like your hair, I like your body. I know you know this, but I think you're a hottie.
Alright, well, I'm Ash, and as many of you know, I got top surgery last July.
Alright, let's get it. Take a look. Looks awesome.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Fun fact, my spouse, Grace, also had surgery, but in January. And while we went to the same doctor, we had very different experiences, are at totally separate stages in healing, and our individual aftercare has been wildly unalike. Was our aftercare for top surgery different?
Yeah.
Are you ready to show the world your results?
I don't know. Yes.
Are you excited, Monte?
I'm excited, Rena.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay, bye. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about the challenges I've run into, plus review some of the products/methods I've used to heal up real good, and maybe we'll get some intel from Grace, too, since learning from multiple experiences is better than just one. Plus, we can compare what 10 months versus 2.5 months post-op looks like. Let's start by talking scars. And mine have indeed warped, altered, thickened, drooped, changed, etc. Also, my nips are doing some stuff. Here are some old photos of just a few weeks post-op, and this might sound like a weird flex, but it's not. Right after surgery, a lot of people said to me, "Wow, those are the best, thinnest scars I've ever seen. How subtle! I can hardly notice them. Are they even there?" And etc. But I'd like to make it clear that's because they were not scars at that point. They were incisions. My nipples were also super round and perfect immediately after the procedure. Again, that's because they were fresh. By then, my body only had minimal opportunity to heal and grow into, over, and around all the surgical trauma. You got to see everything after it was trimmed, sculpted, made flawless, and set out to dry. I say this to temper expectations. It's common for scars, chest shape, and nipples to evolve and look different as time marches on. Also, sometimes complications or odd, unexpected stuff shows up along the way. And most of this happened to me. And I know a majority of you are just here to see that after pic, so I'm gonna hold off till the end, or maybe the middle, you don't know when I'll reveal, because before you dip, I want you to learn things. That's right, can't stop the education. You're at the station. That's the only rhyming I know. So, scar care. Why is it important and what did or didn't work for me? Scar care is definitely something to think about because it affects mobility as well as aesthetic. Certain types of care physically breaks down tissue for a lighter, flatter scar. Other care hydrates skin for speedier healing. And then other care simply protects your incision sites from further trauma so they can heal. That's how I started. I followed the T-Rex arm rule and minimized my reaching for several weeks as recommended by my doctor. I also refrained from engaging in any real or intense exercise for 6 weeks. That gave my incisions a chance to bind and settle without irritation. Additionally, I ate healthy and got lots of rest, so as to give my bod all the resources and energy it needed for recovery. Those first few weeks are like laying down the foundation for everything to come. It's so much easier to heal properly if you start out patient and responsible to begin with. You should follow whatever timeline is given by your doctor. Your doctor is better than anything you hear on the internet or me. But based off the recommendations given by my doctor, I decided to start using my first scar product 2 to 3 weeks after surgery. None of these products are sponsored, by the way. The first thing I tried was ScarGuard. ScarGuard is super weird. It's like nail polish for your scars. It comes with this little brush and you literally paint the product onto your chest and let it dry. So we'll go through the pros and cons. Pro, it worked really well for me at the beginning stages of healing because it felt like it provided my scars a break. It felt like it really did provide some support, like keeping them together, and there wasn't so much tension on just my body keeping my incisions closed. The ScarGuard was also helping. So like I remember saying my scars felt less fatigued when I used ScarGuard. It's also really gentle on your scars, and it stays on well at first because you're not super mobile. And this is where we get into the cons. Once you can start moving around a lot, once you're reaching and exercising, ScarGuard's just gonna fall off your body. It'll flake right off. I remember shedding like a little snake. Like just weird chips of ScarGuard would fall from my shirt onto the ground and I'd be like, ew, I'm molting. So if you're an active person, ScarGuard's not gonna be good for you. You're just gonna active it right off. Also, it's hecka expensive. This was $75 and it's really smelly. It smells like rubber cement or nail polish. And if you have any kind of sensitivity to that, you're not gonna like ScarGuard. It's stinky McGinky. After a week or two of ScarGuard, I started scar massaging. Massaging your scars is important for breaking down collagen tissues, increasing blood flow, and making sure that adhesion or tethering to the muscle or tissue or whatever part of your body is underneath the scar doesn't happen. Because sometimes scars can get stuck. They heal in place, don't have a lot of freedom for movement, and then your mobility is limited. This is what also can kind of create some puckering or divots, is when your scar is like in place and other parts of your body, your scars wants to move in another place, but it can't because your scar is tethered to your body. And when this happens, it can become tight, uncomfortable, etc. Before I explain how I scar massaged, I want to talk about how it's really, really crucial you don't do it too early. Do not massage your scars when your scars are actually wounds and not scars. They need to be fully healed, and that is very imperative. If you massage incisions that aren't ready, you're just going to cause more trauma, and that's going to lead to complications and more scarring, and the whole thing will just backfire. And if you're not sure whether or not your scars are ready to go, you can always ask your doctor. I massaged my scar by simply taking 2 fingers and moving them in a circular motion from the inside of my incision to the outside of my incision and back. And I did that every night for like 5 to 10 minutes. You can also go up and down. That's a thing some people do. You just don't want to go apart. Anything that puts tension from the bottom of your scar and the top of your scar in opposite directions isn't a great idea. A lot of folks ask how hard to push. I just push until my fingers blanch a little. That's where your skin like turns kind of white or pale. You definitely don't want to like bruise yourself, but you do have to provide some pressure. You don't just want to like barely touch your skin. That's not gonna do anything. And it's much better / easier to massage your scars if you have something to massage into your scars. Which brings us to the third product, scar creams. The first cream I picked up was Mederma with SPF, and later I got
Mederma Advanced.
They're okay. I don't know if they helped me a ton. They did make massage easier, but they didn't keep my scars really soft for a long time like other products, which I'll talk about in a second. And I didn't really need the SPF or sunscreen in the first cream because I did most of my healing in the fall and winter. And I personally am not gonna go out in the sun with exposed scars for a year. But if you are going to, the SPF would be helpful for you. That is so important to keep your scars protected in the first 12 months. That's like a crucial time period, so sunscreen it up. And then the advanced gel did irritate my skin after like several days of using it in a row. It made my chest really itchy, which is super annoying when you have nerve damage because you have itches you can't scratch, essentially. That's one of my least favorite post-op things, is when my nipples or my skin or my scars itch and I scratch them, and you can like feel the itch in the skin or underneath the skin, and scratching on top just doesn't help. You can't even feel it because you're so numb, so you just have this itch you can't scratch. So the fact that a product made my skin itchy wasn't great. Also, both these tiny tubes were like $15 to $20 each. Yikes. And they go pretty fast. Oftentimes scar creams are effective because they have a lot of silicone in them, and silicone is helpful for scar healing. So a hack, if you'd like a hack, for cheaper silicone access is to just buy a big bottle of silicone lube. I know trans folks who've just bought lube and they put silicone lube on their scars and that works for them, and it's much more affordable. When I wasn't satisfied with cream, I moved on to silicone strips. This is my favorite product, spoiler. Basically, it's like a gummy tape that goes on your chest. It helps by absorbing tension. It like literally tapes your incision sites closed, so it's not just your body working to, keep your skin together. The tape is also helping, keeps your scars hydrated, and it helps with collagen alignment. To me, it feels like the strips are helping train my scars to lie flat. I can personally see a flatter difference after several days of using the strips. They sink into my skin more. The kind I get come in a roll, and you rip it at a perforated edge, and it's obviously much thicker than your scar, so you cut it down the middle. It's really easy. It cuts like paper. Snip, snoop, boobadoop. And now you have 2 perfect top surgery sized scar strips. I like these for so many reasons. First, I feel like they're low maintenance. Unlike the Scar Guard, they're not going anywhere. They're not falling off, I feel. I go to yoga in them, I shower in them, I go running in them, and they can stay for up to a week. Then they start getting kind of dirty and you should maybe change them. Just because this hygiene is really good, so. Like I said before, I do feel like they're working. I feel like I can see a flatter difference. But probably most of all, and I think this might be unique to me maybe, they feel like they alleviate a lot of my scar dysphoria. The tape is totally straight, it's skin colored, it doesn't look like surgical trauma, so it doesn't look like I hurt my body or have a scar. So when I put on the tape, it makes some of my dysphoria surrounding my scars go away. I know the tape is artificial, but for some reason, when I put the strips on, my chest looks more natural and less plastic surgeried, and that just feels really good to me. So I might be one of those people who wears the tape like up to 2 years post-op, and if you could just let me do that, that'd be great. A lot of folks say the strips are expensive, but I have a different experience and potentially a hack. Yeah, if you go to Target or Walgreens, you're gonna get this brand of tape that doesn't come in a roll, and you have to use 2 of them in order to cover an incision, and there's only they're like Band-Aids, they only have a certain amount in a pack. I ordered this brand online. Since it comes in a roll, I feel like I get more and I don't waste any. I just use exactly what I need, and I feel like it's a little more economical. So I'll put the link in the description if you're one of those people who likes the strips but feel like they are too much money. Maybe this will be a better option for you. Copy me! A con about the strips, they aren't super gentle on your scars when the time comes to take them off. So if you have a sensitive chest, that might be something to consider. They do definitely pull. It can be a little bit painful. I find it worth it, but I have heard people complain that it's really uncomfy to take them off, and I don't think they're wrong. I do think it is. It's not pleasant. Hey everyone, it's me, Frankly Gay, and I'm interrupting this program for a brief word from our sponsor. If you like guides and tutorials like this, if education is your thing, then you should check out Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes in art, design, business, and more. I need a class on how to keep on my mustache. I love using Skillshare for all kinds of things. The last class I took was about how to better communicate with my cat. That's not a bit. These are my priorities. I'm not kidding. You should take the course too. Right, meow. It's perfect for anyone. Oof, these puns are a catastrophe. But it's alright because, to be honest, I'm out of them. Premium membership on Skillshare gives you unlimited access to high-quality classes from experts working in their fields. That means someone's field is cat psychology. For real. And I'm feline it. Okay, I'm done. No, I'm not. With Skillshare, you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. Also, an annual subscription is only $10, which is a powerful lot cheaper than other learning platforms. Check out the link below to find out more. Also, the first 500 people to sign up get a free trial. Whoa! And if enough people try it out, they might sponsor me again. Which would be nice. Maybe give it a go. It's free, helping Ash out. Learn how to better read the body language of your pet. I thought it was fun. Elliot, Arthur, what'd you think? Alright, back to your regularly scheduled scar care content. Moving on to bio oil. If you still wanted to scar massage, but like me, you weren't thrilled with Mederma or other creams, then bio oil might be a good option for you. I like it because it smells good, but you might disagree. It has a very distinct smell. If you told me you didn't like the smell, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it smells kind of fruity and organic, and it makes my scars really soft. I put it on at night, and in the morning, my scars still feel like they are benefiting from the hydration and soaking in the goodness. Gives me some supple pecs. And so the yummy smell plus the softness kind of makes the whole massage thing every night like a nice, relaxing self-care ritual. It's also way cheaper than, like, Mederma. This decently sized bottle, which lasts a long time, was only like $8.99. The oil can stain fabric if you use a lot and then put, like, a shirt on right away, so be mindful of that. Also, if you like the scar strips, you can't put them on right away after applying oil. They won't stick. You have to wait, like, an hour. The strips and the oil are not compatible within a short time frame, which is why I do the strips in the morning and all day, and then I take them off and massage with oil at night. So yeah, that's what I've done. But other post-op options do exist if you're unhappy or want to tweak something about your results. For example, laser treatment on scars, or microsurgeries / revisions. Some folks try medical tattooing or 3D tattooing. You can not get nipples and then make nipples. It's super cool. I'll try to include some other folks' stories and experiences now, so you can hear from more than just me as far as what worked.
I was thrilled with my original top surgery results. I felt like they were pretty close to perfect, close enough that I would have been satisfied if they had been my final results, but also close enough that I felt like if I just got this one little thing taken care of, I'd be even happier. So I had a tiny little dog ear, and over here is where I got that taken care of. I basically just drove down to Dr. Garamoni's office, which is about 3 hours away from where I live. Got it done in the middle of the day and then drove back home. So it was a pretty easy process, and I'm very glad that I did it. Like I said, I would have been satisfied with my results anyway because he does great work, but since I had the opportunity to get this little revision done, I'm glad that I did. I feel even more confident in my chest now, so I'm very happy.
Hi, I'm Alexander Jasper J, and after my top surgery in 2015, I lost the tip of my left nipple and my areola beveled hard. To put it simply, it bothered me and I wanted to fix it. The piercing hurt more than the tattoo, but pain is subjective and I have nerve damage. But with one session down and one coming up later this month, I think my nip knobs are starting to look tip-top. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'll go now.
I'm Cole. I'm in a thunderstorm right now, and my favorite scar treatment after top surgery was Tammany oil. It was very soothing for the skin, and also Mepitac strips over Scarway because it just stayed on better. Scarway fell off really quickly for me.
I never really had any luck with silicone strips. I'm still kind of struggling to find the right ones. But the product that's really kind of been a saving grace for me is Mederma. It's just like a liquid gel, and it dries and goes right into your skin after like maybe a minute after you apply it onto your incisions. And this has been really helpful for me just because it's really convenient. It's not something that's gonna fall off or that I have to put on all day. And I'll just show you really quick how I apply this. What I'll do is I'll just squeeze a little tiny bit out of the top, like that. Then you just apply it right on. And it dries really fast, which is really convenient because I can do this in the morning, like on my way to work. I do just want to say that everybody's bodies like heal differently after top surgery. My scars are a little bit thicker, so just because you use a certain product doesn't mean it's gonna look a certain way. But this has really been helpful for me.
Hi guys, my name is Kyle and I'm about a year and a half post-op. I've been using cocoa butter for my scars. I started using it once every day, but now I use it maybe once a week, and this is my results so far.
Not a lot of trans people know this, but direct sunlight on your scars can actually damage them. So that's a tip if you didn't know.
So for me, the scar treatment that worked best was bio oil. I started applying it within my first year and did it pretty consistently for about 6 months, and I think it just helped with flattening out my scars and starting the process of them fading a bit.
Hi, I'm Ashton and I use he or they pronouns. When I first got top surgery through no fault of my own or my surgeon's, I ended up losing some tissue on the left side of my body. It left my body looking kind of lopsided, and I decided to get a revision with the surgeon that I originally went to. Someday I plan on getting my left nipple tattooed so that it matches my right in color, but that's not a priority right now. And even though my chest isn't really conventionally perfect, I still love it and I'm really happy with where I am.
Hey friends, one thing I do want to talk about when it comes to healing is hyperpigmentation and hyperkeratosis. This happens more often in my POC fam. If you experience any of this, do not worry. Don't be afraid to go online and try things like kojic acid, or go to your dermatologist / your surgeon and try things like hydroquinone and kojic acid mix. Whatever happens, know your chest is beautiful and happy healing.
Hey guys, my name is Spencer and I use silicone scar tape or bio oil or coconut oil on my top surgery scars.
And also let me know if you want a video on like 3D nipples or nipple tattooing, because I think I'm gonna get a little medical nipple tattooing. Would you be interested in a video about that? And finally, let's reveal my current chest and see/hear from Grace. Just kidding, that will be in part 2. I am aware that some of you will be salty about that. But it's coming. The wait's not too long. Aren't you glad you learned? Also, otherwise that would just be way too much content for one video. My little editing fingers only have so much power in them. I had to split it up. It's next. Coming soon. Thanks for understanding. Alright, see you later. Okay, bye.
Hey there, ho there, before you go there, don't forget to click that link. The YouTube algorithm works in very strange ways. A click's the best way to give Ash Hardell your praise. So hey, ho.